Welcome to the Triple D College Week 5. You pick 'em. And live with us tonight, it is Garrett Dietert, Kyle Dietert, and myself, Hank Dietert. So, glad you could join us. So, all right. Hey, boys, what a fun week that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Great week watching football, really.
Heck
Yeah,
yeah.
no, I loved it.
It was a fun week 4 for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about how fun it is. Hey, we can break it down for all the recaps and everything. So yeah, first game we're gonna jump into is number 22 Auburn at Oklahoma, or number 11 Oklahoma, which the score came out to 17-24 with Oklahoma winning that game.
Kyle,
Their
where's your mic?
defense came.
Kyle, where's your mic? Bring it down. There
Oh,
we go.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, Oklahoma came up big in the late game on defense wise. Their defense definitely stood out and did a great job with that. Auburn had some costly mistakes late in the game that definitely determined that fourth quarter for Auburn to go down that game.
Yeah.
Gary, you got anything
Yeah,
you want to say? Or?
Oh, yeah, no, I think the big thing here is, Oklahoma's legit this year for sure. I mean, Mateer, he's an absolute dog. I heard he's having surgery.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he just had surgery on his thumb, on his throwing arm thumb, too.
Which is huge, because I heard he's going to miss the Red River rivalry when they play Texas in a few weeks, which is big for Texas. But, yeah, no, that dude's an absolute dog. But this Oklahoma defense is legit. I mean, this Oklahoma team is very good all around, but their defense is solid. Like Nick Saban said this last Saturday on game day, defense travels, defense stays consistent. So having a good defense is huge for this Oklahoma team. They took care of business. Auburn, they didn't look bad. They stayed in the game. They made big plays. Jackson Arnold didn't look terrible. They just weren't enough for Oklahoma, and now they got to play the rest of this SEC schedule and this SEC teams, which I don't know. They're going to have a tough time. They're going to be competitive, but trying to make that deep run is going to be really tough for Auburn this rest of the season. So, yeah, impressive stuff from Oklahoma for sure. All right, what did you think of that South Carolina-Missouri game?
Oh yeah, man, this is a good game, I believe, because I for sure thought South Carolina. Gary, you got this game right because you chose Mizzou last week, and I want to say Dad chose Mizzou, or I know Garrett did. I think Dad did too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, South Carolina, I for sure thought they were going to bounce back, but it definitely, when it came down to the last couple of minutes of the game, Mizzou had it in the bag. It was who was going to end up with the ball last, really, and Mizzou came up with the win, 20-24 or 29. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Hey, I told you, Missouri, man, when they play at home, they do some crazy stuff and they win some games at home somehow. But yeah, it was kind of a back and forth game if I remember, from watching it and everything. I was like, oh man, this could go either way. And then Missouri kind of took control in the end, and then they kind of pounded South Carolina. South Carolina, I think, did make some costly mistakes towards the end of that game, and so. Yeah, hats off to Missouri. They're starting the season off really strong. They're playing really well. I think South Carolina is definitely the best team they've played so far, and so we'll see how they continue to grow as the season grows and in the SEC. South Carolina's got now 2 losses, which is huge because, South Carolina was going to be one of the top teams in the SEC are projected to start the season. So I think they'll kind of bounce back and they'll regain some of their regain some wins and regain some confidence as the season grows. But, yeah, no, the South Carolina team's in a really bad, tough spot to start the season. Surprised, actually. Very surprised. But Missouri, hats off to them. They're starting strong. So, yeah, it was a good game. And so next we have Illinois and Indiana. Absolute blowout. I was so taken back. I couldn't believe it. I thought this Illinois team was legit. Luke Allmeyer for Illinois, the quarterback. He was a returning veteran. Great quarterback, I thought. But, heck, this Illinois team just laid an egg, and Indiana is pretty dang good. I mean, their offense is super explosive. They went back into the transfer portal this year just like they did the year before. They got all these top-tier players. They're firing on all 4 cylinders, offensively, defensively. Kirk Cignetti, he's a legit coach. I mean, he knows how to win, that's for sure. So hats off to Indiana. Huge win over Illinois. Maybe Illinois isn't as good as we originally thought they were, but Indiana is better than most people thought they were. We'll see when they play Penn State this year. And
Hey,
I don't think they play Ohio State, but they're going to be a contender once again to make the playoffs, which they did last year, and they'll have a chance this year. I think they play Penn State in the coming weeks, and maybe Michigan or Ohio State, one of the two. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah, G, nah, like all I gotta say is, hey, I told you. I told you, like, Illinois is overhyped. And you're gonna see it. I believe you're gonna see it again this week. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like they're way too hyped than what they really are. Indiana
I thought they had
has
enough
a great
returning
program.
veterans, but
Yeah, but Indiana has a
Yeah.
great program right now, and the coach there is doing a great job right now with that
Greg
program.
Signetti.
But it definitely looked like a basketball score to me, 63-10.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a blow.
Yeah, it wasn't
It
even
really
close.
does look
From
like-
start to finish, it wasn't close. They railed them.
Yeah, that was
All right.
crazy.
Well, talking about red teams, how about we jump straight to the next one with number 17, Texas Tech versus your number 16, Utah. Yeah, Utah.
You
With the
The
But
U-
yeah, Texas Tech coming up with the win, 34-10, which was a crazy game, especially on the road. Everybody was hyping up two quarterbacks, really good quarterbacks, and then it was just crazy to see Morton go down, and then the true freshman step up and make Will Hammond made a huge difference in this game. And once he got comfortable, he was starting to lay the hate on him. I'm telling y'all, and their defense, God, this defense is no joke. We really spent some money in the transfer portal on this defense. This defense is no joke, especially with we got Jacob Rodriguez is a stud right now for that defense. He is the true captain, the true leader of that defense, and he's the one that y'all need to put an offensive lineman on this man to block this man, and they look phenomenal. Texas Tech is great.
Yeah, I mean, we've hyped them up all year. You know, I said Texas Tech's going to be contending for the Big 12 championship. They're going to have a chance to make the playoffs this year. I hyped it up. I was pulling for them. I was nervous for this game for Texas Tech because we didn't know exactly where they stood, but they took it to them. I mean, I think the score was a little misleading. I think the game was a lot closer, and then Texas Tech's offense with Will Hammond coming in was awesome. I mean, he was dropping dots. Some of the best passes I've seen. Texas Tech might have two of the best quarterbacks in the day in college football right now, or maybe not like Heisman candidates, but two really dang good quarterbacks on their roster. I was really impressed. But yeah, so I mean, it was a close game. It was kind of back and forth there, and then Texas Tech made some big plays in the fourth quarter. I think they got a defensive touchdown that kind of stretched the lead out like right towards the end of the game. So hats off to Texas Tech. This team's legit.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
no doubt that they'll have a chance to make the playoffs, win the Big 12 title. They just have to stay consistent. You know, if you're in that Texas Tech locker room, you got to be preaching consistency because you got the talent, you got the team. I think everybody knows that now. Now it's just you can't give in on any Saturday. You're going to have to keep fighting every Saturday, especially in the Big 12 when teams are so competitive. And Big 12, you know, they love to upset each other. So it's a big win for Tech for sure. But all right, yeah.
Well,
let's,
we're
go
jumping
ahead
into
and
helmet
hop into,
stickers. Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead,
offensive
Kyle.
player
Why
of the
don't
week.
you talk about your our offense and defensive players of the week?
Yeah, I got offensive player of the week. We're gonna go with the true freshman to come in this game for the Texas Tech game. We got Will Hammond, freshman, backup coming off the bench to make a huge impact. I feel like, and actually a true freshman to settle down and do that good is kind of crazy to think of. It's probably we haven't heard that in probably a long time, especially at Tech. A backup to come off the bench right off the bat to be that good is just something unheard of. I think to hear about like overall in college football wide, and he did a great job though, taking the reins and doing a great job for that for being the offense player of the week. But yeah, the defensive
what?
player.
'Cause-
Go ahead,
no,
go
Garrett.
for
he came in the second half.
God, I knew it was.
I want to say
Yes,
it was
I wanna
late in the
say-
game.
Yeah, but I want to say it was in
yeah,
the second quarter, right?
Oh,
Or
okay,
no?
second quarter. I mean, I knew the game was still close when he came in. That was a huge thing. Like, it was a close game. And
I'm
he
trying to
really had
think.
to step up and make the big plays. So, hats off to him. Austin, Texas boy, so mad respect.
Yeah, Hutto.
Yeah, he's from Hutto. Yeah, shout
Hutto
out to Hutto.
Hippos, man. Hutto Hippos.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hutto's supposed to have a good head coach this year. I know we're not talking about our high school football, but Hutto has a brand new head coach that's really good, they said, this year. He's one of the best in Texas right now with that team.
Back in the day, we tied them 13-13 when we played them. That was 1982.
Oh, it's older than that.
Yeah, when we used to have ties.
All right, we're jumping into the defensive player of the week for week 4. I'm gonna have to go with Tech's defense. They got standout dogs that were just lights out. You got Jacob Rodriguez, the senior, the true captain of this defense right now, linebacker, and then you got David. I want to say David Bailey, the senior transfer outside linebacker. Then you got Bryce Potluck. I want to say that's how you say it.
Pollock.
The cornerback.
Pollock.
He had a pick. Yeah, Pollock. Yeah, he had a pick in this game against Utah, and he did a really good job. This defense is no joke, though. Like, I really loved watching them. They did four forced turnovers are crazy, especially seeing them punch out the balls. They did it twice, I want to say. Like, it was on, I want to say it was back-to-back drives of when they had the ball. Because I want to say we punched it out, then we threw a pick, and then they got it back, and then we punched it out again. And I want to say we got it back again. It was just back and forth, I want to say. Unless it was the other way around. We threw a pick, or we punched it out, and then we threw a pick, and then they threw a pick right back at us. I think it was something weird like that. We were like, what the heck? But yeah, this defense is no joke, though. They did a great job, and I feel like they're going to go a long way, though.
Yeah. And I mean, I agree. I think Texas Tech's defense looked really good. I mean, Utah's known for them having a strong defense and for them being able to run the ball, and Texas Tech stopped the run game, and then they also obviously ended up scoring points on this Utah defense. So, yeah, hats off to Texas Tech's defense. Hats off to Will Hammond. You know, great game for Tech. I mean, I'm sure there's some people down in Miami that would want some of their players to get some recognition, but, you know, it's okay. No, we're not biased or anything.
I thought about it. No, I thought about it.
There's not a quarterback at TCU that might have deserved it too, but it's okay.
Ruben Bryan Jr. I want to say that Bryan is his last. I want to say that's it. We had him on the first week for the helmet sticker, the defensive player, the big number 4 for Miami. You caught the pick. He's a big old boy. Yeah, he's huge. But yeah, he came up again. He did really good against Florida. But I was like, I don't know. This defense for Tech really. I thought it was a huge battle. So, like, that's what I had to go with. But jumping straight into this is almost going to be like quick fire for me. But upset alert. So we're going to jump straight into upset alert. So I got Tennessee, or number 15 Tennessee at Mississippi State, which I can just jump straight in this. The Cowbells and chaos could derail the Vols on the road, okay? You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, this Mississippi State team, we'll find out a lot about them this week when they play Tennessee. So it'll be an interesting game. Yeah, you talk about the Cowbells. That's going to be a huge factor. Tennessee's looking to bounce back from that close loss against Georgia. I think they were off last week, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm not too sure if they played last week. But they had that close loss against Georgia. Now they got this Mississippi State team that's trying to really find its way, figure out everything. They got a lot of new players, new coaches, and everything. So it'll be an interesting game. Mississippi State has a chance with the Cowbells behind them, but we'll see. That'll be interesting. And next we got TCU, Arizona State. This is a pretty important matchup in the Big 12, if you ask me. TCU is looking hot right now. They killed North Carolina. They beat SMU in a close one last week. And they're taking care of business. Offensively, they look pretty dang unstoppable. And then you got this Arizona State team with Sam Levitt at quarterback, who's an absolute dog. I mean, he plays his butt off. He runs hard. He can throw some dang good passes. Arizona State's looked really good this year at times, and then they had that loss to Mississippi State like we were just talking about. So interesting, really close matchup, interesting matchup. I think isn't Arizona State favorited right now?
I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, so even though TCU's ranked and TCU, I think very even matchup. Definitely could see some sort of upset in that game.
Oh
What do you
yeah.
think, Kyle?
Oh yeah, man. Just talking about it now, I'm just gonna throw it right at it. We got the Desert Heat, Friday Night Magic. Could definitely sting the frogs, baby. That's all I gotta say.
That's
All
all you
right,
gotta
jumping
say.
into the next upset alert. I hate to talk about this, but it definitely could happen. You got the number 4 LSU taking on the number 13 Ole Miss. Yeah, nah. All I gotta say is, hey, the Oxford crowd could feel a rebel upset over the Tigers. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Even though I already know who I'm gonna pick, but
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it could
want
definitely upset can
LSU.
happen.
Well, you're wearing their
Yeah, I
shirt. Come
mean,
on. Yeah,
this Ole Miss team, Yeah, go ahead, Dad.
yeah. I was going to say, Ole Miss is really, uh, they've stepped it up. I just don't see them beating a good, solid. They have the chance. That's why it's an upset alert. They have the chance, but man, I don't know. That this is one of those that yes, being in Oxford at 2:30 because you know, the coach there at Ole Miss wanted it to be a night game. So people are a little more juiced. They're lubricated and they're wild and fired up. They said, but at 2:30 in the heat of the day, man, who wants to get up and get all crazy when it's hot as heck?
Yeah, I mean Lane Kiffin's got this team rolling at Ole Miss. I I just don't know how I feel about Ole Miss. They won a couple close games against teams that I thought weren't super good. This LSU team, they kind of scare me a little bit. I think they might be a smidge overrated just because I would like to see more production from Garrett Nussmeier in that offense. Their defense looks solid. Their defense looks very, very fundamentally sound. And like I said earlier, defense travels. So going into Ole Miss, I expect LSU's defense to play really well. Now the question is Garrett Nussmeier going to be able to handle the offense and not make too many mistakes? So yeah, definitely a good possibility for an upset alert here. If Ole Miss can get a couple turnovers, make some big plays, this game could be really really up for grabs. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep
All
rolling
right,
with it.
jump straight up with Heisman watch. I really just kept it the same. Except actually, I did not keep it the same. Um, Garrett Nussmeier kept the same. I haven't seen them really like. I have to leave him there. He's doing a great job where he's at. Carson Beck. So after John Mateer got injured, I'm sorry to say this, if he didn't get injured or have surgery and is out for a couple weeks, he'll still be at second. But now knowing this, it's going to drop him all the way. I dropped him out. And I moved everybody up. The new one that I added on, which I haven't really heard of this dude, but from Oregon, you got, I want to say it's Dante Moore.
Dante
I want to
Moore.
say it's,
Dante Moore.
yeah, Dante Moore for Oregon, the quarterback. They're hyping him up, but we're about to see this weekend, how good he is. But it's going. That's all I did really. I just moved everybody up after I heard John Mateer, and I was like, oh God, who am I going to have fill this position really? Because I don't really know anybody out there that has really like stood out to me. Because there's only been 4 games. It's kind of hard to tell in a way, but that's who I moved up there was Oregon, definitely their quarterback.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the stats and everything, Oregon's probably put up some of the best numbers in the country. I mean, they haven't played anyone too competitively or too good this year, but yeah, no, that Oregon team is flying. I mean, they're killing it, especially on the stat sheet and everything. So I think that's a good call. We'll see how Dante Moore does this week. And Drew Aller, obviously, Oregon and Penn State are playing each other. Our game of the week. That'll be a huge test. I mean, I agree. I think John Mateer from Oklahoma, he probably had the best resume right now. He was probably number one in my opinion until now he's injured. Carson Beck's probably got the second best resume. Him and Garrett Nussmeier's obviously played well and deserves to be up at the top. Carson Beck right up there with him. I mean, I think he's played extremely well in the games that he has against Florida and Notre Dame. So, yeah, I know. I think it is a good list. We'll learn a lot about these quarterbacks as the weeks keep going. Obviously, Garrett Nussmeier, big game, Ole Miss. Dante Moore and Drew Aller play each other this week. So, we'll learn a lot about our little Heisman list here. So, I like it.
All
All right. Let's get to the good stuff, baby.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, the pick'ems and the records.
Oh wow, what is that stuff? I never heard of that, man. Ooh,
Triple D
all right.
pick'ems,
Let's
baby.
start 'em. Oh wait, we got to show our. Well, we also got to
let's
show
show
our
our,
record, don't we?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, we got to
I
show that. Let's see what we got.
I would
oh,
like Dad to
looky
bring us in.
there! Wow. Huh.
Oh, fancy.
Oh
yeah,
no.
Dad's killing us right now.
Oh no! It kind of it didn't put it the way I wanted it, did it?
Okay, yeah. Dad's supposed to be 27 and 14, and I'm supposed
Yeah,
to
it
be
changed it up.
21 and
for me.
18. I did bad last week.
I was
Yeah, kinda rough
27.
one. Hey, 20,
and
25 and 15, we're still in it. All I'm saying.
Tulane didn't pull off the upset.
And Kyle, you were, what was it again? Kyle, you were 23?
I'm 21, 23. Sorry, I can't see because it's
Yeah.
23 and 18. I think it is.
Yeah, let me get it right there for you.
Oh, it's on my. Yeah, I could have just looked at the notes.
Yeah, there it is. 18, yeah. Yeah, it was different than what we first showed. So
All right.
let's see if we can get that in there. All right.
While Dad is
18?
adjusting that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
just
18.
that, man. Yeah.
I
All right. So, there we go. Oh, that's better.
Where did Garrett go? I can't hear Garrett.
Garrett? Let's see if we can get him back. Uh,
I lost Garrett. I can't hear him.
yeah, let me see what we got here. Sometimes
Somehow
it
the
happens.
Pick'em records muted him.
Yeah, we'll take you back out and see if we can get him back out.
That's strange. Dang, we were doing great.
All right, Garrett, try it again.
Hello?
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it must have been the pick'em.
All
Let's see. Hey, wait, we can
Might have
meet
been
you.
Hey,
me.
that was-
I don't know.
Yeah, there we go.
Might have been on my end, so I don't know.
Okay, we're back.
Anyways,
All right.
There's our pick. First
let's
pick.
go.
Dang, I would
Florida
like Dad
State
to bring
at
us in,
Virginia.
but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Well, we got Florida State. Florida State. Okay, well, I wish Dad could just bring us in, but we're good. All right, number 8, Florida State at Virginia at 6 p.m. on ESPN. So, okay, all I gotta say is with the picks and everything, I'm gonna go Seminoles stay perfect, speed, playmakers on both sides. So I got Florida State.
You got Florida State. Oh man.
I like it. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be close. I mean, Virginia's still trying to build back their program. I mean, they've had some really rough years for a very long time. They're slowly showing signs of improvement, but I think this Florida State team is pretty decent this year. We'll see when they play Miami next week.
Oh,
But, yeah,
man.
give me Florida State for sure.
All right.
Dad, you know who you're picking?
Yeah, let me get back to our pick. So let's bring it back in. There it is. Okay. Kyle, you took Florida
Florida
State.
State.
Garrett takes. Oh. All right. And yeah, I'm not taking
just can't repeat what
Virginia.
mine was
This is
saying
going to
last week.
be. This is going to be Florida State. Florida State's just playing well, and I'd rather take them. And they are favored, so that's what I was trying to show is they're favored by a little bit. So
All right, Skinny, since you're closer, you got the next one.
all right, let's go.
How am I closer to Temple, Arizona? But
We
got
I'm at
TCU at
TCU.
Arizona
Sorry,
State.
I'm at TCU.
TCU playing in the desert, late game at 8 p.m. Well, not too terribly late, but yeah, I see this game being a really close game. Sam Levitt, Max Duggan. No, I don't remember the TCU's quarterback's name because it
Oh,
always
it's
slips my
it's-
mind.
Hoover.
Oh,
It's Hoover.
Hoover, yes, Hoover.
Yeah, like,
Hoover's
Hoover
been a
down.
dog this year. He's someone that, if he gets a couple more big wins like he has this year, he might make the Heisman list as well. But, yeah, no, I like this TCU offense. I like this TCU team. I think their defense plays really physical, really fast, really hard. Give me TCU to beat
Woo.
Arizona State this week
Go on,
in the
Frog.
desert. In a
All right.
close one.
Yeah.
Very
And
close one.
Oh
This
yeah.
yeah,
one will be close.
yeah. No, I totally forgot to tell everybody. Yeah, these first two games like Florida State and them, they're on a Friday, and then the next big one is TCU. They're playing on a Friday, so they're all playing tomorrow. Or these two are playing tomorrow night, which is going to be an
Heck
exciting
yeah.
Friday night
Get
for
to watch some
everybody. So you're
football
not
on
just waiting
Friday
until
night.
Saturday. Yeah, yeah. But nah, I'm just going to quick fire it out. Horned Frogs defense clamps down and stays unbeaten.
Oh, man.
All right.
All right, the end. The
Good
end.
pick. Good pick.
Well, man, this is a close one. I don't know if I should do that just to try to keep my numbers up, since I'm leading right now. But, man, I like TCU. I think TCU is gritty. They fight, throughout the entire game. They deal with adversity quite well. I don't think Arizona State can, play 4 quarters, put it that way. And I want to see TCU as well. So, man, we're all picking the same. That's crazy, So,
All right, Dad, lead us on the next one.
well, hopefully I can get to the next one. Yeah. So,
Hey,
this
those are some
one,
nice flags.
yeah, Illinois, had a terrible showing, and they were way overrated, I believe. And I'm going to still go with SC. They are probably, going to win it by about 10 points in this game, at least 10. So even though they're only favored, by 6.5. So I'm going to take the SC guys, USC.
All right, yeah. Yeah, no, for USC, they got to adjust to this time range, though. They're playing at 11 a.m. at Illinois. But all I got to say is Trojans' air attack is too much for Illinois to handle. So I got USC.
Okay.
Dang. Man. Yeah, no, I mean, after seeing what Indiana did to Illinois last week, it's hard to think that this Illinois defense is going to be able to stop USC this week. But I think that is interesting. I mean, USC is going to have to go all the way to Illinois and start an 11 o'clock game, which would be 9 o'clock for them originally. So that's kind of a wild take, if you think about it. So
Right.
I think USC is going to start off very slow in the game, and I think Illinois is going to keep it close for a while, especially in the third quarter, fourth quarter. But I think USC makes a couple of big plays. I got USC as well.
Dang. This is crazy, right?
Yeah, I know. We're all picking the same dang team.
I don't think I have a lot of people going on the road winning really this week.
All right. So
3 in
the
a row,
next one. Who is that?
Go ahead, Kyle.
Let's see what we got.
Oh yeah, man,
Good
we
game.
got Auburn
Great game.
at Texas A&M at 2:30 on ESPN, baby. But yeah, no, all I gotta say is, even though I don't like them, but Aggies defend Kyle Field and win with a statement win.
You think the Aggies? Did you
Yeah,
just say
that's
Aggies?
That's it.
No
Yeah,
way.
That's it.
Dang.
Well, I never
I'm not
thought you
losing this
picked
week.
them.
But they're playing at Kyle Field. This energy is gonna be wild.
Oh, they are. They are.
Yeah, 2:30 game. It at Kyle Field, home field advantage. A&M's looked really good this year. They got the win at Notre Dame, huge. Aggie land's popping. They think they're back. They think this could be their year. Auburn's looking a lot better this year. They're playing a lot better. They couldn't beat Oklahoma, and I don't see them beating A&M. I think A&M wins. I think it once again. I always say this, I guess, every week, but I think it'll be close. I definitely think it'll be a close game. I think A&M starts off slow, and it's going to be a back and forth for a while, and then finally their defense makes a big play. Marcel Reed makes a good throw. And they win by a touchdown or touchdown and a field goal, touchdown or 2.
Well, I think it's going to be close. I mean, Auburn, man, they fight. We saw that with Oklahoma, and they didn't go away.
That's for sure.
Oklahoma didn't really put the game away till very close to the end. So I don't know. This one could have been a upset alert as well, I think. But
Yeah,
I'm going to go
could be.
with the old Fighting Aggies. I like to see Texas and Aggies when they play, where each team has either one or no losses. Well, the only one that could have no losses is A&M. So we'll see how that goes.
A&M will get a loss here. It's just a matter of when.
Now, all right. Now, next up.
All right. Another little SEC matchup. Undefeated Mississippi State playing at home, like we talked about earlier, with the Cowbells, with the home crowd, taking on Tennessee, who's coming off that loss against Georgia a couple weeks back. Tennessee's favored by a touchdown and a half. Like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a close game. Both these teams have a lot to play for right now in the SEC. I mean, the SEC right now I think is so competitive, and we're still trying to figure out who's the best, who's the worst, who's going to make the big time plays, who's going to win it all. And so right now, I think Tennessee bounces back this week. I think they get a win over Mississippi State. I don't think Mississippi State is there yet compared to other SEC teams and on the other SEC team levels like Tennessee. So give me Tennessee winning. I still think it'll be close. I just don't think Mississippi State's good enough to like get past that barrier of being with the top teams in the SEC.
Good pick.
Yeah, good pick. Well, it's a solid pick. When you got Tennessee, still rolling, just that little loss to Georgia, right? Well, for me, I want the upset. I want to take Mississippi State. They're at home, and I think Kyle's exactly right, where the Cowbells are going to make some noise, and, the crowd's going to be, pumped. The crowd's going to be there, and even though it's in the middle of the day, I think it's going to be a fun game. And I think Tennessee is going to have one of those, bad weeks, fumbleitis, special team bloopers, those sorts of things. So I'm taking Mississippi State. Go Dog.
All right, not so fast. All right, those Cowbells might be loud, but I don't think they're going to be enough for the Vols. Tempo offense runs wild in Starkville. I got the Vols.
Yeah, and that's likely, but we'll see how it turns out. So, man, Kyle's taking the Vols. 2-1.
Yeah, I got notes, okay?
I got notes. I hope you do.
Oh, he does? Notes? What is
Yeah.
that? Okay, so let's go here. I'm trying to get
All
my.
right, Kyle.
That's.
Do you want to lead us on the
that
next
one? Didn't. Let me get it in here and.
So, yeah, we got Arizona at number 14, Iowa State. This is going to be a good game, I think. But I got Cyclones ride home field edge to control the Arizona team. Okay, so I got Iowa State winning.
I was like, I know what you're getting at, but okay.
You got Iowa State.
One thing I'll say about Iowa State is they love to keep a game close no matter who they're playing. I don't remember the last time they won a game that they should have won easily. They just love to keep it close every week against Iowa, against everyone. I think they're a good team. Bronco Beck is a dang good quarterback. They're gonna keep this Arizona. They're gonna keep this game close in Ames, but somehow, just like Missouri, Iowa State always ends up winning some miraculous way. Which I really think it's gonna be a close game, and then some miraculous thing's gonna happen. Iowa State's gonna win at home, and they're gonna keep leading in the Big 12 right now. But don't sleep on this Arizona team. Arizona's one of those teams that everybody sleeps on at the beginning of the year, and then all of a sudden they win. They're like undefeated, and everybody's like, "Wow, this Arizona team's not bad." So I won't sleep on them, but Cyclones get the win at home this week.
Hey, good pick. Good pick.
Well, I like Iowa State. They're just one of those teams that always figure out a way to win. When things aren't going well, they figure it out. And so I'm going to stick with Iowa State. Woo-wee. Having fun. Cyclone power.
IG.
All right.
You got
All
the
right,
next
this
one?
is a big game. So yeah, we got
It's a huge
Alabama and Georgia.
Whoa.
Alabama
A
obviously
lot of white
lost
there.
that first week against Florida State. Everybody was thrown back. Everybody was shocked about that. Said Alabama's done. There's no good anymore. And then they've bounced back these last couple of weeks. They beat Wisconsin. They beat some other, I don't think very competitive teams. Georgia looked terrible all year. Goes into Tennessee, beats them in overtime. Everybody's back on the Georgia bandwagon saying how good they are and the top of the SEC. I think this week is going to be really important for both these teams to see, okay, is Georgia still the top of the SEC team? Can they play it consistently all year round? Or can Alabama bounce back after that first season loss? Can DeBoer get his guys going at Alabama and start cooking, especially offensively, which I think they kind of lacked that first week. And now, well, typical Alabama team, they got a great defense and then a good offense. That loss to Florida State, their defense looked terrible, and then their offense didn't look any better. So I am taking Georgia at home. I think they beat Alabama. I think Alabama's still going to be struggling to get wins this year in the SEC, considering how competitive it is. I just don't see Alabama being the top tier SEC team anymore. So give me Georgia. They'll be good,
Good
just
pick.
not the top tier.
Good pick.
Dad, who do you got?
All right. Yeah,
Oh.
Dad.
Me, I'm going to go with the big upset. I think it's an upset. I think Alabama actually shows that they're going to be back. And
In Athens?
Yeah,
Wow.
in Athens.
Yeah, going
going
on the road.
At a night
Yeah.
game? A
We've
night
seen it
game in
before.
Athens?
I mean, we've seen games that weren't supposed to happen, like A&M going into Alabama and beating Alabama when that was not supposed to happen in years past. And this is the one I think Alabama's going to
Texas did
sneak
it
in.
2 years,
So I'm
3 years
taking
ago.
Alabama.
2 years.
They'll squeak by. It might be like in overtime, 2-point conversion not made this time by Georgia, and Alabama wins. Kyle?
Kyle?
I go dog, sick 'em. And Bulldogs defense locks down a heavy matchup here. Heavy clash, really. I got the Bulldogs.
All right.
I mean, all I got, Georgia knows how to win.
Yeah,
They know
they
how to
do.
win. They do it every year.
It's not
Kirby
a
Smart
runaway.
knows how to win, man.
Either way.
They cheat every year. No, I'm
All right, let's see if we got the next one.
Dad, you want to lead us off?
Man,
yeah.
I don't know. Ole Miss, I've sat and watched, and I really like them. I like the way they're playing. I've always liked the coach, but I don't know. I don't know who to pick on this one, to be honest with you. But I think LSU is the more complete team, as opposed to, as opposed to who we've seen in out of Ole Miss. We've seen Ole Miss year after year make some mistakes in big games. So I'm going to stick with LSU on this one as well. So that's my pick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. LSU coming on at 2:30 on ABC. This Tigers balanced attack roars in Oxford. I got LSU.
Yeah, I think this is a tough pick for me. I think it's going to be a close game. I can never buy into either two of these programs, especially in the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, because they're both supposed to be so good, and then they always kind of fumble the big games. Now that they're playing each other, I think LSU isn't as good as people think. And I think Ole Miss is gonna mess up. They just can't seem to win the big games when it really matters. Like last year was supposed to be the best team they've had, couldn't beat Bama, and then they got upset by Kentucky and things like that. I just don't see Ole Miss having enough of a team and enough talent and a good enough defense to win them this game. I have LSU winning in a very close last-second field goal, low-scoring game too.
Wow. All right. For the game of the week, here it is, the flyover. Oh, man. We got to do that again. We got to hear this again. Y'all ready? Here we go. We're at Penn State, Oregon versus Penn State. So that's where we're at, guys. So, oh, my bad. We'll go to the next one. How about that? Whoa.
There we go.
Since you just love the Big Ten.
I do enjoy me some Big Ten. Huge matchup this week. Can't emphasize that enough. Oregon, Penn State. All I got to say is Penn State at home at a night game in I think it's the third or fourth largest stadium in the world.
Yeah.
Down at Penn State. They're probably got a whiteout going. You know that place is going to be absolutely rocking. I think this Penn State team, I will not pick them in a big game until they prove that they can win at least one of them. Haven't proved it to me in the past 4 or 5 years. I like Oregon's high-flying offense. Oregon, I think, is going to be able to score more points. I think they're going to be able to get a couple more stops. I have Oregon beating Penn State at home in a close one. I think last year when these two teams played, it was obviously very close, but Oregon won. I think Oregon had a better offensive scheme. I think they had a better team. I think Oregon offensively is better than Drew Aller and Penn State offensively. So, yeah, give me the Ducks. Upset.
Not so fast.
On the road.
Not
On
so
the road.
fast.
On the road,
I know both these teams got Heisman or got some like quarterbacks that are really good, and they're about to show their talent here. And it's gonna be a good game to see that on stat wise and how they can handle the pressure and stuff. But yeah, I know Penn State lost a lot of key players last year because they moved on to the NFL and stuff, or they like graduated. But it's just plain and simple. I joined the calls and everything. Whiteout is going to be crazy. These fans are going to be loud as heck. And Oregon has not seen that yet. I got the Nitty Lions, or Nitty, what is it? The Nitty Lions? The Nitty Lions winning the big games under the lights.
Oh,
I got Penn State.
You got Penn State.
All right.
Well, you know, I don't like Oregon, so I'm going to just tell you that up front. I mean, not because they're, a bunch of thugs or anything like that. I just don't like them. I've never liked Oregon. Do you remember when they lost to TCU at the, Alamo Bowl when Oregon it looked like they were just going to, just roll. They're up by like 35 points, and then TCU comes back and wins that. So, Nittany Lions
that was
win
the greatest.
Go ahead.
That was the greatest bowl comeback of all time, wasn't it?
I believe so. But
it was the greatest.
and it was fun because we got to watch it. So, yeah. And I just think Oregon is a little bit overrated. I don't think they've played anybody that is top tier yet, and we're going to find out either way. But I could be wrong about it, but I'm going with the Nittany Lions.
Penn State's got to win a big game first before I pick them. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, but I think the same for Oregon. I don't think they.
Well, Oregon beat Penn State and Ohio State last year during the regular season, but Ohio State won when it mattered. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Ohio State beat both teams last year when it mattered.
Penn State's head coach under their head coach
James Franklin,
under a top 10 matchup has struggled. They said, I think that's what they were talking about.
I don't think he's ever won a top 10 matchup. James Franklin.
Well, guys. Any last words, and we can call it a night.
No, all I was going to say was, man, this is an exciting week. A lot of big-time SEC matchups this week. Obviously, one of the biggest Big Ten games that's going to happen this year is Oregon and Penn State. I think that's going to really dictate who's going to be on the top of the Big Ten and huge playoff implications. Season's just getting more and more exciting each week. Playoff implications are starting to matter even more, so fun stuff. It's going to be another fun Saturday and Friday night, so I look forward to it. I'm ready to have some fun this weekend.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to recruit from tomorrow night, watching the Panthers and the Texans and high school football. Wimberley Texans versus Navarro Panthers. So we're going to be on Navarro Panther Network. So if y'all want to tune into that, it's on the YouTube channel of Navarro Panther Network. And
shout out Navarro Panther Network.
There you go.
Alum.
Hey, well, that was great, guys. I had a great time, and we hope that we can do it again next week here on Triple D Hot Takes on Week 5. Next week will be what? Week 6. How about that? I can count. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, how about it? So, guys, thank you for joining me, and we're going to get out of here, and we're going to play a little bit of jam as we go. It's going to be easy listening. So, good night.
And subscribe.
Everyone. Right. Like and subscribe.
Tell your friends.
There you go.